On WhatsApp, no one can see or hear your personal messages. Whether it's a voice call, message, or sending a password. To WhatsApp, it's all just this. So whether you're sharing the streaming password in the family chat or trading those late-night voice messages that could basically become a podcast, your personal messages stay between you, your friends, and your family. No one else. Not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Checking off the boxes on your to-do list is a great feeling. And when it comes to checking off coverage, a State Farm agent can help you choose an option that's right for you. Whether you prefer talking in person, on the phone, or using the award-winning app, it's nice knowing you have help finding coverage that best fits your needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
One of the great things about being in the chair, and listen, it's been great, you guys. This has been, thank you for the opportunity. Truly enjoyed it. That said, I get to do things my own way, which I like, which means that we can do all the baseball we want. So I want the post game to be just baseball, just pitch clock, which means we get to get JuJu right now.
I like pitch clock. I had watched it for the first time. It was like a month or two ago. And I text Jeremy right after. I was like, hey, man, I just watched pitch clock for the first time. It show's a lot of fun.
It was really nice. I really appreciated that. And it's been really cool because last week 2 weeks ago, we got the most views that we've ever gotten on an episode of the pitch clock. It keeps increasing. And it's been really exciting. Chris Cody being a huge part of that, constantly kicking my ass in trivia is, I think, a big reason why people like to see me suffer.
Doing great,
but it's been a lot of fun. It's been great, and now we're getting to the most important part of the season.
You got to stay with things. It's a grind. But guess what? JuJu's starting right now with
Thursday Thunder.
Yeah.
Which is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Go ahead, JuJu.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to Thursday Thunder. We took a knot on the head last week from Jake Paul. Roundhouse knocked us clean out. But this week, we back, baby. First off, we starting with my sister, 6th Woman of the Year candidate, Most Improved Woman of the Year candidate, Naz Hillman from the Atlanta Dream, going to face the Chicago Sky tonight. She will get over 10 big ones tonight. 10 points for Naz Hillman. Lock it in. Second leg, we're traveling to the Valley. We got some people returning to the Valley, and I don't think my sister is gonna like people returning to the Valley. Kalea Copper, I think she's gonna have something big to say about people coming to the Valley tonight. So lock in her for over 15.5 points tonight against the Indiana Fever. And the last leg, that so-and-so who's returning to the Valley, my sister, Sophie Cunningham, pulling up to the scene of the crime, allegedly. She's gonna get over 8 points tonight against her former team because she's gonna wanna show them, and I feel her. Lock it in. Thursday Thunder, the crown is yours.
I think it's very clear to me, JuJu, that Sophie Cunningham needs to be a part of that because she needs some money. She keeps getting fined, JuJu. What's going on with that? And why is it is it $500 or $300?
It's $500.
When is she going to stop?
Right.
Is she that rich like it doesn't matter?
Yeah, fortunately, my sister got a bankroll sitting tall, and she got a lot to say, especially with her having that new podcast. I predict she's going to get a couple fines down the line as well, but my sister, her wallets ain't thin. She got it. She going to support it, and she going to say what needs to be said.
So
Well,
she's
say
been
that.
very critical of officials, right? That's what the fine is?
Yeah, she's been critical of officials, and she's doing it on her podcast. It's a new podcast that, Mike, it's a real podcast. It's not a fake one. But she keeps doing things that get her fined like she's some sort of spokesperson for the truth, like speaking truth to power. But at some point, I think you say to yourself, wow, I need a different approach.
The first one was a TikTok video that she did, and then it was like text. She didn't really say anything. It was just like a trend, but she like added the refs, and then they fined her $500. And then in the first episode of her podcast, she was critical of the refs again, so they fined her $1,500.
Oh, so it has been going on.
It's been escalating. It's been getting more and more, these fines.
Oh, then she's got to stop now. I assume that's it then. She's done.
I don't know, man. I think somebody... We should chip in and help her pay some of these fines, some people around the world, because if you're watching these games, you will see these referees are inconsistent, to say the least. You feel me? My bad, Billy. I cut you off.
No, I was going to say, I mean, it's getting attention for her podcast, but if it keeps getting higher and higher at a certain point, like how much money are they going to fine her and how ridiculous is it going to get? Because the WNBA can't fine anything too ludicrous either based on what they pay their players. So it's not like they can fine her $20,000 if her salary is $70,000 or something. So it's got to be like $1,500 seems kind of high on the scale of what fines would be.
And at the end of the day, what she's doing, you say, JuJu, that the refereeing is inconsistent. I'm pretty sure that we talk about every sport with umpires, referees. There's inconsistencies everywhere. But she's doing something that's making her get fined. It feels like she's doing it on purpose. That's where I need your help, that she's doing it for a purpose. Therefore, you have to counter that with a fine where she will realize that the juice is no longer worth it and she will stop. I assume that's what the WNBA will do.
I think the juice is definitely worth it. And I've been trying to find out approaches and avenues on my show, The Alley Oop, which needs your help, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, we on it was Oddball Hoops, but we changed it to DLS Hoops on YouTube. Subscribe if you can. Even if you don't watch women's basketball, just come over there and tell us about how you feel. Why do you hate it? Tell me how much you hate me. Just please pull up on us. We're not a part of the Levitar feed, neither here nor there. But on that show, I'm trying to figure out avenues on how I can become a referee. Should I do some high school games? Should I do some middle school games? I want to work my way into being a WNBA referee because something has to change.
You got to work your way up. You can absolutely start by doing high school games. And that is what, first of all, did you guys see what happened with Jen Powell?
Amazing.
No, I didn't see it.
Nobody? Jen Powell is the first female umpire in Major League Baseball history.
That'll be this weekend.
She's doing Marlins games this weekend, and she's got the plate on Sunday.
Nice.
She's got the plate, and I hope that we criticize her. I want equal opportunity criticizing. We have to give her the business. When she gets the calls wrong, JuJu, you got to do it.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, like my dog Mike said a couple weeks ago, and also how we discussed on the Alley Oop a couple weeks ago with Tien Tran and Katie Kershaw from the Jocular podcast, we should be allowed to hate some WNBA players in the same way that we hate NBA players. My dog ain't wrong, man. If you want to hate Angel Reese, as long as it's basketball, hate away. So I hope sister get them calls right Sunday, or guess what? She's wrong, and let's attack.
So this is interesting, right? Because in the other sports, you have female referees in basketball. You have you don't see it in hockey in the NHL. I don't think there's any female officials. You have it in the NFL. There's female umpire, not umpire, but there's side judge, line judge, back judges. Yeah. And the difference between those sports and baseball, the officials in the other sports, they don't engage with the player who is angry at a call. They're actually supposed to de-escalate the situation. But in Major League Baseball, with the home plate umpire, they escalate the situation every now and then because they argue back with the player or manager who is yelling at them. Like that. That'll be an interesting look if she gets into an argument with the player or the manager. We've never seen that before.
I think, what about Violet Palmer, JuJu? She was, I think, 1997 became an NBA referee, so been around for 25 years. And I would assume she's ejected players.
Absolutely, but there's no arguing. They don't yell.
She just hears
They argue in basketball.
And then they
argue.
Well, I mean, she may say something. She tees you up, throws you out. Peace, and then you're told to walk away at that point. Major League Baseball umpires, they'll go nose to nose and yell with you.
So you're worried about the kicking of the dirt?
No, I'm not worried about the kicking of the dirt. I just think it's an interesting scenario that you could potentially have a manager or a player and, for the first time ever, a female umpire just nose to nose and yelling at each other. That's an interesting optic, no?
Yeah, like last year, Joel Embiid had an incident where he got a technical foul and I think an ejection, and he had to be restrained, held back for wanting to get at the referee who was a lady. So, yeah, that poses an interesting dynamic, especially to see, right? Right.
But doesn't that mean that it's working?
She knows what she's...
We did it?
Yeah, you're right.
We did it, David.
I believe that is when you know you have equality.
Like we've arrived.
So
how about us?
It's not just our show.
We're a very progressive society.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that if Joel Embiid goes after a referee, because that's what he does, he should not see. The whole purpose is don't see the gender.
Sometimes equality looks like Title IX. Sometimes it looks like a neon green dildo being thrown on a playing surface. These are all steps.
You have to walk before you can crawl.
Right. Also, I agree earlier what you guys said about this is the wrong type of progress with ESPN. Do I got to subscribe now? Is my YouTube TV going to handle it? Like, I think the varicose veins were worth it. I support it. I would name them the Joker of the Week if I hadn't already given it to Kenny Bednarik. You can't push me and then try to shake my hand in my face. Stick with one or the other. Don't push me. But at the same time, I agree 100%. And good luck if you subscribe through Apple and you just get a receipt at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time and says, thank you for your payment to who?
JuJu.
I don't even know what I just paid.
JuJu, what are these billing cycles? I get an email from Apple like every 3 days. Hey, here's your receipt. How am I getting a receipt on the 17th? That doesn't make any sense. They scatter these. They count on you just being confused by it.
You probably signed up on the 17th.
No, that's not. That is not an option.
That's exactly how
Bill
it happens.
me on the same exact day so I can get a flood of bills and be like, what the hey?
It starts the day you subscribe.
No.
You have to press the button, Mike.
No.
Now I'm getting worked up.
No.
Because you were now trying to casting.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
You signed up on the 17th.
Bullshit, because I just bought a car yesterday. I got to pay that motherfucker on the 1st.
Nice
I bought
car.
a house on the 27th. I got to pay that motherfucker on the 1st.
Nice car.
Don't do that. What? Because I have Instagram Premium now? I'm married to the 14th? Everything on the 1st.
JuJu, thank you. Do you have any polls before you go?
Yes, man, that was
how
wonderful.
Mike's doing?
That's the second time Mike done wowed me today. Also, he had to say about Trump earlier. Oh my
Hell
goodness,
of a day
the
for
crowd
Mike.
went
Great
wild.
day for Mike.
You wanted
YouTube
veins?
chat loved it.
I give you veins. All I want to know is
I
where
can
I can
see
watch Backlash.
All the veins.
The Lord's cable.
JuJu, we need Mike to take a breath, maybe take a sip, get a shake.
Yes, sir.
Did we
had
do
one.
any polls? I'm sorry, this whole week I feel like I've ignored the poll system because I've just tried to do baseball and make it my own.
It's all good. You haven't ignored the shirts, and they've been wonderful, brother. But we had one good poll today, one important one. Do you call it a pocketbook or do you call it a purse? 85% of the audience says they call it a purse.
15% is a win for you, David. I can't believe 15%.
You thought it would be 99 to 1.
I don't even believe those 15% that they call it a pocketbook.
Those 15% are 70-year-old Jewish women.
But how great
Who
would
knew
it
we
be?
had that many in our demographic?
Exactly. You're welcome. DraftKings.
You're about to have a hell of a lot more if you keep losing weight, pal.
Deal.
JuJu, thank you, man.
Thank y'all.
So Bob Odenkirk is one of my actually all-time favorite actors. He could be comedic, he could be dramatic, obviously Better Call Saul, one of the great shows literally of all time. And a couple years back, he showed up out of nowhere as an action star in the movie Nobody. And I honestly really loved it. I couldn't believe what I was watching and had an absolute blast, was blown away by his physicality. The movie was a ton of fun. And now he's back in the sequel, Nobody 2, hitting theaters on August 15th. So Bob returns as Hutch, and this time he tries to go on a vacation with his family, only for all hell to break loose. It's really a delight to see a guy like Odenkirk kicking some serious ass. Nobody 2 is produced by 87 North, the same team behind hits like John Wick, Bullet Train, and The Fall Guy. film also stars Connie Nielsen, RZA, and the legendary Christopher Lloyd and Sharon Stone. Nobody 2 is a perfect summer movie. You don't want to miss this one. Nobody 2 is only in theaters August 15th. I don't know about you guys, but I'm someone that's constantly adding stuff to different carts on random websites. Like there's a teal Marlins hat that's been calling to me for like 2.5 years that I'm constantly getting advertisements for. Is something eventually I'll purchase because I keep those things in the cart. Then I see it, that beautiful glowing purple Shop Pay button. Boom, checkout's done. I don't even have to get up and find my wallet. That, my friends, is Shopify magic. That little purple button means that the store is powered by Shopify, which doesn't just make it easy to buy, but ridiculously easy to start and run your own business too. Whether you're a giant like Mattel or Gymshark or, just launching something weird from your garage, Shopify has your back. Let's be real, if we can run a show with this much chaos, you can run a business with Shopify. With hundreds of beautiful templates, tools for payments, inventory, analytics, marketing, it goes on, and it's all in one place. And yes, that purple button, that's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Batard. Go to shopify.com/Batard. Shopify.com/Batard.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Dan Batard.
Go pee-pee.
Stugotz.
Go pee-pee.
This is the Dan Batard Show with the Stugotz.
How special that we got JuJu not on a post-game. Got him here.
Now you're doing what you want,
This is how it's going to... Big macher. God, we didn't speak enough Yiddish this week. I really was hoping to speak more Yiddish.
Translation on all of them, please.
Yiddish macher is like a big man, or I wanted to say schmeckel.
BMOC.
Wanted to say schlep. Wanted to say so. There's so many things you can do. Schmuck. I mean, there's a lot of things, not like Mike, which causes everyone to go crazy because he's swearing like a drunken soldier.
The one I use the most is schwitzing. And when I'm sweating,
great.
I'm schwitzing in here.
For the record, I don't like the Browns anymore. You don't have to ask me the question through a Browns fan prism. I'm just as confused as regular NFL fans as to why they have 17 quarterbacks, why they drafted one in the 3rd and one in the 5th, how Joe Flacco is back, and how we're just learning that he's Italian, and how that's being reported on when I thought that was... He's Italian! I thought that was implied because of the last name.
I thought he was Jewish.
Flacco?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the tribe to know...
I'm not sure
names,
have we had a Jewish quarterback since Fiedler?
What about the guy?
Starting quarterback, at least?
What about the guy with the matzah? BYU, who had to leave BYU?
Retzloff?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. He was Jewish?
Yep.
Yeah.
But in the NFL, starting quarterback since
Bernie
Fiedler?
Kosar?
Not Jewish.
We had Josh Rosen for a minute.
Yes. There you
Chosen
go.
Rosen.
There you go.
Dr. Rosen? I need to bring to your attention that I tried last night. You asked me before what I do after the show.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention there's something very important that I do. Yesterday, I tried to learn the difference between AI and not AI so I could improve
Because you got fooled.
Because I got fooled. And it turns out I came across an interview that was Florida adjacent. A newscaster did a interview with a kid who got killed in the school shooting in Parkland.
Hold on, he did an interview with the kid who got killed.
Yes, and it was an AI avatar.
It was insane.
Was it like a made up kid or it was
it was Joaquin Oliver.
That's awful.
It was truly one of the most despicable things I've ever seen.
That's awful.
It's the same thing as, is that your view though of like the Tupac, what's it called when
it's a slightly different thing.
Hologram.
It's a slightly different thing.
I think it's a way different thing.
Create an AI version of a minor.
Yeah, at least
who
Tupac
was
it's
murdered,
for like entertainment.
and this to get his opinion on things and basically regurgitate what you think through the voice and image of of a young person who was killed.
So just to be
gun
clear,
violence. Yes.
Does it work that whatever the AI was answering was according to what he was programmed to answer by the interviewer?
I don't know, right? Maybe there's a world in which the AI is programming some of the things that his father, Manuel Oliver, has said about Joaquin.
So no permission was granted. Is the assumption?
That's the assumption I'm making.
It was granted by his parents.
Yeah,
so I still, either
But
way,
then why
I
are
feel
we-
like it's just to use the likeness of, at this point, right? Like to use AI to recreate this child.
Am I hearing this correctly? You said that the parents did grant
That
the
that
permission?
does change. That does change it a little bit for me.
It changes it.
All right,
but
according to Variety, and I'll just read you the first two paragraphs here for some context. Jim Acosta, the former CNN chief White House correspondent, who now hosts blah, 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 whatever, published an interview with AI-generated avatar of Joaquin Oliver, who died at age 17 in the Parkland school shooting in 2018. The interactive AI was created by Oliver's parents, who granted Acosta the first quote-unquote interview with the recreated version of their son on what would have been his 25th birthday.
Can we now get a re-vote?
Yeah,
Still odd.
It's a little different to me now.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it's different now. Yeah.
I still find the decision making pretty
I
gross.
personally don't like it, but I feel different about it now.
I felt like all of what Billy read was implied. I don't think Jim Acosta would just go rogue and like this is no doubt provocative. It's certainly dicey and worth criticism, but I thought the buy-in from the parents was implied. Jim Acosta does have a reputation. So I thought that it was certainly above board with the parents, no doubt.
Do you remember the movie I, Robot?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Try to forget it.
Love that movie.
I would
Love
never
Bridget
see that.
Monahan,
Awful.
Tom Brady's ex. Love Will Smith in that movie, the whole package. But one of the things is a hologram appears and the guy gets to basically live forever with messages to the current people post-death.
Mm-hmm.
The concept here that I thought interested me is that once we die, we have a chance to live on looking at our best.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, he looked great. He never will age. Spewing messages that are his, actually his, with parental control or spousal control or family control and permission.
That's up to debate as to whether or not they're his, because he's no longer around to speak for himself. That it's dicey. But Jim Acosta, as a journalist, if this is presented to you, you deduce however you can through your ethics as to whether or not this is something that you should do. There is an interest to it.
Why do it? Why?
That's fine.
This is not journalism.
No, it's not journalism.
It's all shock value. There's not why.
I will say that this isn't the first time that we've seen something like this. This is the first time that we've seen a journalist interview a victim like this. We've seen journalists interview AI before when doing AI stories, and we've seen attorneys turn to AI and have victims who are no longer here speak in the courtroom as themselves and speak about their family.
That counts as a testimony?
I've seen these clips.
Can't someone write the
No,
script?
they're not witnesses. It's for
timeouts.
effect. It's for closing arguments where they say, look.
Oh, okay.
And
How's
the
that
victim
allowed?
the victim was speaking
It's
to
not testimony.
the alleged shooter, saying what he took away from him. That I was a hardworking man. I was a military veteran. I was a
It's a
parent.
victim impact statement done by a victim. It's not testimony. It is not.
Correct.
The jury doesn't get to use that in its deliberations. So let's make sure we're.
No, thank you for helping me clarify. But yeah, it's all for effect.
Can
It's
I
not
ask
a
you
witness.
something? What do the parents gain from allowing this? What are they trying
They
to
want their
do?
child to keep living with and not have it happen to any other children.
I think that's a point that this, you can disagree with it, but they feel like they're helping with this, and you're talking about it and bringing attention to a cause that is very clearly close to a lot of people's hearts.
Look, the way I responded to it was at this point under the assumption, genuinely, that I wasn't sure that the parents were involved, and I was just so frustrated because we have seen these misuses of AI. We have seen, whether it's the Tupac thing or way worse with deep fakes of all sorts of different stuff, people using AI for their own confirmation bias on whatever topic, left, right, down the middle, it doesn't make a difference. I still am kind of grossed out by it because, like we were just sort of saying, this child is gone. and you doing your own advocacy on behalf of your child is one thing. To generate their image or likeness for your own mourning is another thing. To then use that to preach a political message through his words, through his voice, is a third thing that does feel like a potentially a bridge too far. And look, how am I to judge parents who have lost their child and are trying to figure out how to use their lives to make sure that what happened to him doesn't happen to anyone else? But it just feels like we have already opened the floodgates on AI in a way that is really, really problematic, and we're not going to go back. And the more that things like this just become acceptable, no different than the way we talked about within politics, where things have just gotten to this place that's so out of control that we allow things that 10 years ago would have been insane to consider. I'm worried that we're going to continue to justify things that go this direction, where today, yes, it's with permission, but tomorrow, where do we go
my
from
words,
there?
Jeremy, 10 years from now, you'll look back at this, and this will be good and plenty
Yeah, it'll be
compared to an entire cake of candy.
You'll be living inside the Oculus Rift by then anyways. But while I know that you're concerned, and everybody is, I will remind you that AI told Billy earlier today that Hideo Nomo hit a 575
Yeah, in
home
Japanese
run.
All-Star game.
Also, Sage Rosenfels.
In the Tokyo Dome.
1995.
All right, it's the dog days of summer and the perfect time to cash in on your baseball smarts with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers bet just $5 and you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Pick a slugger to go yard, ride some live odds, or just vibe with your team. No stats required, just swings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DAN. That's code DAN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
The Jack Welch Management Institute at Strayer University helps you go from, I know the way, to I've arrived with our top 10 ranked online MBA. Gain skills you can learn today and apply tomorrow. Get ready to go from make it happen to made it happen. And keep striving. Visit strayer.edu/Jack Welch MBA to learn more. Strayer University is certified to operate in Virginia by Chev and has many campuses, including at 2121 15th Street North in Arlington, Virginia.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's, we help, you save.
Don Le Batard.
Cheaters never prosper.
Stugotz.
I ain't cheating.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I tried to better myself last night doing this AI stuff, and I came across this. Then I came across another story, and I was ready to go public with it in the show. And our producer, Matthew Coca, the producer of Nothing Personal, said, wait a minute, may not be real, that Howard Stern got canceled, that the show got canceled.
So who do you trust on the Howard Stern beat?
How do you... I told Coca, what do you want from me? Because he keeps saying, you're wasting my time, because I'll text him ideas for stories, and he'll be like, these aren't real. And it's making me insane. So.
The headline said canceled, while the article said just not renewing. I don't know if we're making that
that's not it. The question is it true that he is not being renewed or that it's not renewing? Because we don't have the right sources yet, according to Coca.
Everything I've seen, and I stopped listening to Howard about 4 or 5 years ago. Before that, I was a religious listener every day for probably 25 years, since I was 16 years old. Wow. Every day on the school bus, I had my little radio, and I I was a religious listener.
Did you get beat to a pulp? Sorry.
Why? Why would you say that?
No, he was a cool kid. Cool kids listen to Howard Stern.
So, I mean, a religious listener for 25 years. And I grew out of it a few years ago because, honestly, the show changed. Like, the show's not even remotely close to what it used to be.
Well, in that he's not off and on.
But I saw all the reports yesterday, and everything I'm reading, like, I don't know what to believe. And everything I'm reading is, they're going to make him an offer, but it's going to be like a super lowball offer, which he obviously is going to have too much pride to accept, and it's going to come to an end, their relationship with SiriusXM. So I don't know what to believe.
I trust Jimmy Traina on the Howard Stern beat. He's reported on him. He's a fan of his, and this is what he had to say. There was a question posed to him on X. What are your thoughts on Stern? Why wouldn't Sirius let him make it seem like it was his choice? He responded to this by saying, I didn't want to get into this, but people have been asking me about this nonstop. The report, and he did quote, report in quotes, came from The Sun. Now, for the uninitiated, The Sun is a rag. It's a tabloid, and they got a lot of stuff wrong. You may be able to hold up a couple of things this tabloid has gotten right, but not super reputable. That was me editorializing. We continue with the tweet. If anyone believes that report, they are a very stupid person. His contract is up in December. He's on vacation until after Labor Day. His show did not get canceled. That still leaves room for it to not be renewed. But the report said it was canceled, and this has been co-opted by the right on social media, and
I've seen a lot of that.
The misinformation cycle has totally fanned the flames on this. Go woke, go broke, all that. He has not been canceled, and he's due to return after Labor.
Why wouldn't he have just said that we are back?
I mean, give him time. It's been 24 hours. He's on vacation.
You mean how he's on vacation?
No, but I'm saying the Jim Traina guy. It seems like he used the word canceled purposefully. And when you say it opens the door to non-renewal, you don't non-renew Howard Stern. They don't just call him like the day before the contract.
Right. It's SiriusXM probably has a good idea of what direction they're going. And that being said, the reports are inaccurate because he hasn't been canceled. By all indications, he's going to come back after Labor Day to do his show, and he wouldn't be doing that if he were canceled.
Well, is it canceled? Like, is it fair to say then that Colbert was canceled because that show is over, but obviously they're fulfilling the remainder of the contract?
Non-renewals and cancellations really are semantics. Like, it's effectively the same thing.
And Howard's shtick on air, I also, not as much now, but listened to Howard a lot throughout. His shtick for the last 10 years is, this is my last contract.
Oh.
Like, I guarantee
and it goes down to the wire.
That's
every
what I mean.
time.
Like, he could just go to air when he comes back from vacation and be like, I'm not renewing even if they wanted me.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. I don't have a deal.
The running storyline for Howard every year for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a list of ways to confirm stories because Jim Traina, you would assume you can use that, but you can't use The Sun, and then blue checks don't matter anymore. Is it only CNN, Fox, MSNBC? I mean, do we just list the different main news outlets and say if it doesn't come from them, then it doesn't come at all? The whole thing has been bothering me because one day wasn't good enough, and I can't do it today, Zaz, because I'm leaving.
Here's also the thing. I mean, Howard's 71 years old.
So?
Oh, well, but like eventually he's going to stop doing the show.
He's made billions with an S off of this show.
Yeah. Stop doing it eventually.
And every contract, he does the show less and less.
And talks about how badly he wants to not be
and how he hates leaving his house.
It just rings familiar. I can't figure out
I understand
how.
this seems like spin, but if it is spin, it's a brilliant spin from the king of all media because he's been planting the seeds for this exact spin for close to a decade.
Yeah.
So
you think he is at the root of this? Now, this is an angle I didn't think about.
I couldn't believe the last contract that he got. It doesn't really... none of the SiriusXM contracts that Howard Stern has received seem to make a lot of financial sense, and yet he keeps getting them, and every time everyone's bewildered, he does the show less, seemingly gets paid more, but along the way, as Zaz and Chris has said, he said, I don't think I'm going to do this much longer. This is probably my last contract.
I think what the politics of it have been is that there is some sort of thought, and Dan had this thought on this show, that the Colbert, we had an issue. I was a guest one week, and I explained that the Colbert issue was totally financial related, and his view is no, it was totally political related, and the fact that he had criticized the deal with CBS and Paramount, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, Howard would be in that
Yes.
Yeah, his show got very political.
He's critical of the right.
Right, so that's what people are saying is that SiriusXM, and what I would argue is that SiriusXM looks at its bottom line, they look at his show, and they say, well, wait a minute, what we're paying him, the billions with an S, total in totality, we no longer can do that. So then we go to Howard Stern and say, okay, we can talk about a renewal, but you're used to X, it's now going to be Y. And when people are told that their value has changed, they tend to not want to do the same job. If you go to Colbert and say, please keep doing this, but we can only afford to pay you $3 million, he's going to say pound sand.
Howard's going to spin this into a win, and he shouldn't address his story whatsoever until he returns from vacation after Labor Day.
He's just in the Hamptons. I mean,
right.
He's able to, I don't know what he is,
he's
but in
able,
theory,
but why would he do that? That doesn't serve him. What serves him is being quiet, let other people spread around their opinions on the matter, and he returns from vacation after Labor Day, and then you hear it from the horse's mouth.
And just by saying, I told you so, I guess it's a good plan. I guess
that would be the plan. That would be the way that Howard Stern would always leverage this type of chatter. He's the king of all media.
The king.
He'll spin it of like, they think I want to come back?
Okay, so I have not made progress, is the bottom line. AI versus not AI. What's a good story? What's true? What's
I don't think
not
there's
true?
a way to make progress.
Everybody else seems to do it. Mike seems to say that everyone his age and that I'm an old guy.
No, Mike definitely gets fooled sometimes with that kind of stuff. I get fooled, I don't know all the time, but I definitely get fooled.
I've gotten fooled.
Yeah.
There's just things you have to check.
Like, I think you're just upset that you got really taken for a ride with that story of the couple who was lost.
I saw that story and I was like, this looks fishy, and I Googled it and it was like fake news story, fake news story.
The things that are easiest to fool you are the things that you want to believe. For example, there's a video of the president doing his dance on the roof. I looked at that and I'm like, man, I really wish that was real. No,
See, I don't know.
It's not real. He didn't do that.
I don't know.
But just to show you how far gone we are, no joke, when I saw one of my campers when I was there last week, he follows me on Instagram, and the picture that we shared a couple weeks ago of me as like my all-county photo playing baseball from high school.
We didn't share that.
He said, well, hold on. We shared it on the show. It wasn't my decision. But he saw that photo, and he said, wait, that's a real photo of you? I thought it was AI. Wow. It's just a photo of me at 17.
Because you looked thin? Oh, because you were tall. Which was it? Tall, short,
not tall,
itching?
Good at sports. Good at sports.
You were the
My face looked a little different because I was 17 years old. Also, Sage Rosenfeld's not Jewish, but turns out JT Daniels and Aaron Murray, both of their moms are Jewish.
And Rod Carew.
Well, converted.
He converted. Yeah.
And AJ Dillon.
How does that
Actually,
not count?
I believe that's
he denied that to Adam Sandler.
It's incorrect. He wore a Jewish star.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. There are plenty of
Jerry
players
Judy
in the Dominican
Jewish
Republic
star
as well
also.
who will wear the Star of David but are not Jewish.
I don't think I ever saw a Dominican player in my career wear a Jewish star.
Yeah, I saw it in the academy, the Mets academy, when I was
recently,
living there.
or when you were
2016.
in the academy.
When I was there for 2.5 months.
Flamed out, elbow hurt.
Not playing there to teach English, but that's a story for another day.
That's nice of you. It's an eye wash when we pay people to teach the Dominican players English.
Wasn't paid college credit.
Yeah, that's how it works. And then we get to say, hey, look, we're trying to take care of these players.
I mean, I did my best. I tried to help them.
But you are.
I did teach them things.
There's no
for
tests.
optics.
It's optics. Once they're
But
released,
even if the teachers do a good job, it's still just for optics?
Yeah, because once you realize that they're not going to be big leaguers and we're not even going to use a visa
Andres
on them,
Jimenez was there.
We just...
All-star.
We just let him go.
Gold
Once
Glover.
in a while. I mean, of
Ahmed
course, you're
Rosario.
going to get gold.
Yeah, they were really good.
Do you know the majority of those players, though, don't make it?
Oh, the majority of them are cut after a year.
And they we send them right back to where they are, and it's terrible.
Yeah, it's really rough.
But they got to meet Jeremy, so.
And by the way, they
Lucky
all
them.
sign up for it. They all want to be in the academy. If they can be in for a year, they will do it and then get to talk about it forever, and it's a part of their life, and we totally take advantage of it, and I feel terribly about it, but we're not the only
No,
ones.
you don't. No, you don't.
I've been
really
getting that
seem
Kind of con man over here.
This is not just the Marlins. This is all 30 teams. Do the exact same thing. Do not think we're special.
It's the part when you say I feel terrible about it with a smile.
Yeah,
well,
don't
because
believe
you understand that don't you feel for people when you're giving them a dream that you think can be attained, but you know it can't be, but they think it can be?
Jose Altuve is who everyone holds up as
Jewish?
No, as the example where a guy who was signed for no money, who had to try out for days and days and days and days, he wasn't even scouted, and then ends up getting signed and now has a Hall of Fame career. And every player, particularly Venezuelan players, look at him as this, shining star to hold up as an example of, if he can do it, so can I.
Borderline Hall of Fame.
He's a freak, though.
Borderline Hall of Fame. He cheated.
Okay.
Man, see, it is crazy. I was shocked. He got booed loudly every single at-bat.
Why is that a shock?
Lone Depot Park. I'm surprised that people outside of maybe...
It's been 8 years.
Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox, the teams that the Astros beat in 2017, I'm pretty surprised that he still gets that treatment around the league, considering how great he's been since it happened.
It's like this show a little bit, in that the memories are very long. Just very, very long.
It just surprises me, considering like a lot of the steroid guys didn't even get that. Like once it happened, A-Rod didn't get booed at every single park that he went to for the years after that. He got booed by certain fan bases, but there were plenty of places he went where it was fine, and he was the worst of them.
The worst of the steroid guys?
Well, in terms of the public reputation, right? Because it was twice that he had to admit to cheating. Twice. In a public interview after denying it. It was pretty rough. I mean, he didn't have to testify in front of Congress and ruin my childhood dreams. That was the worst day of my childhood.
The worst day of your childhood?
I lived a a privileged childhood.
Like who in particular was in front of Congress?
McGuire.
Yeah.
My favorite player of all time. I know Palmeiro did Mark McGuire is still to this day my favorite baseball player of all time.
Not here to talk about the past.
That was the worst part of your childhood?
It was awful. I cried watching that.
Are your parents still married?
Yep.
So
that's why it was the worst. Yeah. No, I've lived a really privileged
life. Have you ever had a mole removed?
Oh, yeah, that shit sucks.
Wisdom teeth?
Yeah, but that was kind of funny.
Mark?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I had really big chubby cheeks.
You break a bone ever?
Yeah, I'm just asking like top line stuff. Ever get caught cheating?
Emotionally, that was rough.
Yeah, did you ever get caught cheating?
I cheated on
a girlfriend.
I cheated on a homework in my 7th grade Spanish class, and I just used to write like random words in because I knew she didn't check. And then the one time Senora Acosta checked the work, and she saw that all I was right. I was like, banana, apple, like just writing not even words in Spanish, and she checked, and she gave me the "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed," and oh man, it was awful.
But McGuire was worse.
McGuire was way worse. Awful.
Seems like you were the McGuire Spanish class. Yeah. Doing it for a long time. You finally got caught. I mean, how long were you manipulating Senora Acosta?
A couple months.
Wow.
Oh, that's not as bad. McGuire was years.
Well, if she's out there listening, I just hope she knows I still feel bad about it. I really do.
I don't think so.
I just immediately it came to mind.
You're smiling.
You are smiling, and your smile looks great, like your arms.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody. So before we go, Zaz, Billy, Roy, Mike, Cody, Jeremy, I've enjoyed this.
What?
And now it's time for me to go.
Oh.
That's it. You had me here for 4 days, and Mike, the first 5 minutes of our Nothing Personal interview, memorable.
Better than my appearance?
The audience was all over it.
David, I'd say this week you made it weird only 3 times.
Hey, all right, yeah. Yes. You hit the under. Yay.
Like seriously.
What was the over-under?
6.5.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's crushing.
You had a great week, dude.
Push show.
Did anyone hear from our dad, Dan? Nary a word. Nary. Guess what? I'm coming back. That's what I'm going to do.
Uh-oh.
And Zaz?
Is that a threat?
Yeah, it's a promise, baby. I'll be